All right, let's talk about finance, but maybe not in the way you're used to. Today, we're getting into some real monkey business. I mean, seriously, think about it. Is it possible that all those big, scary financial ideas could be boiled down to something this simple? What if all it really took was thinking like a primate? So, for today's explainer, we're diving into this brilliant source that does exactly that. It takes these huge concepts, like investing and taxes, and translates them into a language we can all get behind, the language of the jungle. To make this all make sense, we're going to follow the story of one ambitious monkey. See, our monkey here has a very simple goal in life: to get a big, beautiful pile of shiny stones. In his world, that's the ultimate sign of wealth. Now, this adventure has two main parts. First, we're going to see how our monkey figures out how to make his pile of stones bigger and bigger. And then, part two is just as important: figuring out who else gets a cut. So let's jump right into part one. Okay, so our monkey's got a few stones, but he wants a lot more. And the wisest ape in the jungle lets him in on a little secret. The key isn't just about working harder to get more stones. Nope, it's about making the stones you already have start working for you. And that, right there, is the whole idea behind investing. Investing is really just about playing the long game. It's like this: you give up one little coconut today with a powerful idea that it'll grow into an entire forest of coconuts down the road. It's all about trading a little bit of today for a whole lot of tomorrow. So this tier list kind of breaks down the investment options in the jungle. See, not all choices are created equal. Up at the top, you've got S tier, the coconuts themselves. They're super rare and valuable. But for most monkeys, that A tier is the real sweet spot. The E tier? Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. So what exactly is this A tier investment? Well, we'd call them index funds, or ETFs. The idea is, instead of trying to find the one perfect coconut tree, you get to own a tiny piece of the 500 best trees in the whole jungle. And the genius of this is, first, you're automatically diversified. Some trees might have a bad season, but it's super unlikely all 500 will. And second, you get to capture the growth of the entire jungle economy. Your pile of stones grows as the whole jungle grows, and you don't even have to be an expert tree picker. And that brings us to the E tier, picking individual stocks, or in our case, individual trees. And the source just nails it with this quote: trying to outsmart the entire jungle to find that one magic tree is just so hard, and it takes so much time. It's a game that's really best left to the absolute legends, the Warren baboons of the world. Okay, time for the second part of our story. Our monkey has a fantastic strategy for growing his stones, but he pretty quickly notices something. A part of his earnings just seems to disappear before he ever gets his hands on it. This is where we meet a new character, the tax collector. So, picture it. Our monkey works hard all week long at the coconut farm, and he's promised 100 shiny stones for his work. That's an amazing haul. He's already daydreaming about all the coconuts he can plant with that. But before those stones are handed over, the troop leader's representative shows up. In the UK, you can think of him as Her Majesty's Revenue Capuchin, or HMRC. In the USA, it's the big guy, the Internal Revenue Silverback, the IRS. And they are here to collect a share for the good of the whole troop. And just like that, the pile of 100 stones shrinks. After the Revenue Capuchin takes his share, our monkey is left holding 80. That's his take-home pay. And this is a huge lesson, right? What you earn and what you actually get to keep can be two very different numbers. So what happens if our monkey tries to get a little creative and says he only earned 50 stones? Well, the troop leader might get suspicious and decide to, double check the books. That's what we call a tax audit. But here's the thing. While you can't hide your stones, there are special, totally legal ways to protect them. Things like retirement accounts are like special nests where your coconuts can grow without the Revenue Capuchin taking a bite every single year. It's all about playing by the rules, but playing smart. So after this whole journey through investing in taxes, what are the big lessons our monkey and, us should really take away from all this? Let's distill it down. First, investing is just planting trees for a future harvest. It's that simple. Second, you really don't need to be a genius. A simple strategy, like owning a whole basket of the best coconuts, lets you grow with the entire jungle. Third, you've always got to remember that the troop leader gets their share. And finally, once you get how the rules work, you realize there are smart ways to protect your pile, and the whole financial jungle becomes a lot less scary. So, it turns out that finance might not be such scary business after all. When you really strip it all down, it's just about growing what you have and understanding what you owe. The rules are actually way simpler than you might think. So the only question left is, what's your first move going to be?